First person shooter mode. We turning your song to a funeral. Better look at the better you better be talking. Had a lot, but I knew the code. Lot of niggas debating my numero. Not the 3, not the 2 on the UNO. Yeah. No, me and Drizzy, this shit like the Super Bowl. Man, this shit done it big as the. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is. And shit that they did in the studio. Niggas usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who to go. And I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who to go, who to go, who to go, who to go.
This is his lordship. Let me plug in this microphone. There we go. Now, well. On my wall in the past couple of videos, I have mentioned Kashif, another mystery death, another controversial death. Everybody's talking about Gene Ackman, I think his name is. But, Kashif, death wasn't determined either, and he died in California. And he worked on Whitney Houston's big album, the 30 million copy seller, you know what I'm saying? Kashif was born in Harlem, okay, and then later on he moved to Playa del Rey, Los Angeles, and now they say cause of death is heart attack, but at the time, they didn't know right away, and he had a group called BT Express between 74 and 78. His government name is Michael Jones. But, he had some hits right around, I would say, 78, 79, 80, 82. If you was moving he already went to LA, but if you was in the West Coast or East Coast and you was on your way to California, Kashif was one of those songs that was kind of make you want to go. It was Shaka Khan stepping into Hollywood, Rick James, war was hot, and LA was the move, Inglewood for us. I'm not there now, but I'm just saying that Kashif got out of Dodge when he was a teen, all right? And then he got signed with Arista Records. And he really considered a pioneer with Stevie Wonder because they wasn't afraid to use technology, new technology. So Herbie Hancock, Kashif, Parliament, they were fans of the MIDI Moog. They were fans of the MIDI production, MIDI, and I think Kashif convinced more producers to use MIDI, because at first it was just Herbie with control voltage and then MIDI, and a few other people, but I'm talking about, legends. His first introduction to music came in the form of a $3 song, flute, when he was in elementary school. And then he blew out. Who knew that he was going to come up with Do It Till You Satisfied, working with Stephanie Mills, Whitney Houston. Probably, if I didn't know any better, I think he worked with Dougie Fresh. All right. Now, he did marry Tracy Ross, but I don't know if it's the same Tracy Ross. All right. All right. I don't know if it's that Tracy Ross. Now, in 83, Kashif signed with Arista Records as a solo artist, and he was introduced to Arista by Milton Allen, the artist development director. His self-titled debut album, Kashif, in 1983. See, I was right, coming from the hip. Spawned the hits I Just Gotta Have You and Stone Love and Help Yourself to My Love, and Say Something Love. Everything had love in it. All right, this is the original. This is the real Brother Love. But and then he had instrumental tracks too, like The Mood. The Mood was the jam. It was an instrumental track, and it was harder than most songs that had vocals on it at the time. And he was experimenting with synthesizers and other electronics instruments around 1984, and his second album, Send Me Your Love, resulted in 2 Grammys nominations. Now, this dude also worked with Al Jarreau, all right, and the instrumental called Call Me Tonight. He was the master of the instrumentals, all right, along with the hit Baby Don't Break Your Heart, Baby Don't Break Your Baby's Heart, and Are You the Woman? Okay, so his other albums can include Conditions of the Heart, Love Changes, and Kashif, 1989 and or 87, something like that. And on the Love Changes album, Expose provided background vocals, and 1989, Kashif included the cover of the Four Tops hit Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. You see what I'm saying? Back then, they had this thing called Cashbox where you could pretty much order your own song over and over, and people will watch. You could pay to hear your favorite song, or you could promote your song, but it was like basically music pay review. And if you wanted to introduce a new song to people, if you couldn't get people to order it, you could order it yourself if you had a budget. And one of his songs made it to number 6 on Cashbox top R&B single chart, and it held that position for 3 weeks. So Kashif was a record producer and activist. So if his death was undetermined at first, that could be suspicious. And they did say a neighbor found him next door. And his credits to his career just goes on and on. I mean, the lady with the intoxicating last name, Evelyn Champagne King. All right. Man. He worked on that song So Fine. Love Come Down. Bet She's Don't Love You. And just on and on and on. I mean, he was rocking pretty much from like 74 to 88, until Beat It came, basically. But anyway, you could do your own due diligence and do your own research. But, if we look back on other artists that may have passed away before people could chat about it and stream about it, you'd be surprised how many other Negro music artists who had a death that was
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name is?